Hi, everybody. It's Gene Simmons, and you're not, and you're listening to the Potter Than Hell podcast with Steve, BC, BB, and Dylan. But you knew that, didn't you?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Potter Than Hell podcast. This is your last stop on the crazy train of hard rock and heavy metal. So sit back, buckle in, and hang on. Here we go.
Hello, Potter and Hellions. Welcome back to the Potter and Hell podcast. This is Steve, and with me this week is
BC
and
BB,
and tickling the ivories tonight is
Dylan.
all right. Well, they're not. They're tickling the plastics.
The ebonies, because they're the black keys, just like the band.
I was gonna say, and that may come into play in a little bit. And our awesome classic rock guru, Dave.
Dave Borosky here. Welcome.
Welcome back. Welcome
Thank you
back.
for having. Thank you for having.
Welcome
Always a
back.
pleasure.
How are you, my friend?
Doing well.
Awesome. I so happy for you. I know you had some great news lately. So happy for you guys. And how's it going otherwise?
Good. Had some back surgery. Going to be a grandfather. The cold and the darkness is upon us. I've actually played another gig this weekend. I got
Really?
to just sit in, just acoustic stuff on the bass, but it was fun to get back out. And I'm really sore today. We played Friday and Saturday. I didn't realize how out of shape I was just standing there.
Who'd you play with?
Just a Dan Reynolds. They're called the Dan Reynolds Duo.
Okay.
From Scranton. So they had asked and jumped in and just did some funky old stuff, which is kind of
Made it the trio.
Are you getting the itch now again?
You don't lose.
I say
the
you
itch,
probably don't
but
lose it, right?
I'll tell you what though. Saturday by 4:00 in the afternoon, because I had to leave at 5. I was like getting really tired, and my eyes were getting.
Yeah.
Really I said to my wife,
It's usually my nap time.
"Boy, I remember, an hour drive to get there, hour drive home, those kind of things." So I was like, man, that I don't miss. The playing was a lot of fun. The people
Like
were
the
great.
pros, don't like the cons. BB, how are you?
good, hanging in there. Brought Casey home back to school, so we jammed out to this list we're going to talk about and some other things. So we had a nice little holiday. House was full, so that's always nice.
Oh, she's back?
Well, she was.
Oh,
I just took her back yesterday.
well, she should be on Christmas break pretty soon, right?
The
she'll be coming-
15th.
she'll be
coming
coming
back in.
That's good.
14 more days.
Because she's my Christmas employee.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
that's
true.
I
true.
still have to text her.
That's true.
She's my Christmas present wrapper.
She's a present wrapping,
Guru.
connoisseur.
Genius. How about you, Dylan? How are you?
Not too bad. It was a bit of a hectic day for me, but besides that, it was fun to listen to this playlist and not have to worry about people bashing my picks, since I did not submit any picks for this playlist. I will just be commenting.
All right. BC,
All right.
what's up?
Usual. Kicking. Still kicking.
All right. He's smiling this week. He didn't come in shaking his head, and he's usually like, all right.
And how about you? What's new with you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for asking. A lot of crazy stuff going on. Holidays coming. I actually did some Christmas shopping today, and I'm pretty much. I think I'm pretty much done. I think
Cyber Monday shopping or out about
A
shopping?
little bit of both. A little bit of both. Sonny Pooney will be glad I added to the Sonny Pooney retirement fund at Kohl's today.
Oh, yeah.
So he ought to be getting a bump up after my trip there today.
A donation in his
The
name.
donation was made in the human fund.
Money for people.
But yeah, everything's good. So everyone's good. That's cool. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. That was like 2 weeks ago, though. It gets a little weird with the week in between. But speaking of last week, though, we did do perfect album sides, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. It's always good to see what someone thinks is a perfect album side, and I was mostly in agreement. I think there were a couple ones here and there that but you can't like everything. What do you think, BC?
I liked it. I mean, it was fun. I mean, there's 3 was in a way hard to do because there's quite a few good sides out there if you really sat down and delve into it. But fun always.
BB.
Yeah, see, I had more of a hard time trying to pick them because the way I picked them, I did it weird instead of something that I would like. But yeah, everybody's picks were great. There really wasn't any clunkers, and yeah, we had a good time.
Dylan, you sat out, didn't you?
No, I participated.
Did you?
Actually, 2 of the 3 picks of mine were some I think Dave would be into. I picked the A side of Point of No Return, and I picked the B side of Purple Rain from Prince. So, yeah,
1 out of 2 wasn't bad.
yeah, he really.
Is Darling Nikki on that second half?
No, Darling Nikki's on the first
That's
half.
the first one.
Yeah,
That's a good album, though. I don't
Yeah,
know
it
what to
is.
say. That's a good album.
That is. And when we,
One of your faves, right?
Oh, yeah.
yeah. No, which one? Purple Rain?
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't bad.
Like,
It wasn't
But,
good
I
either,
listened
but it
to
wasn't
Yeah,
bad.
I listened to it.
But speaking of past episodes, when we did the, I have a comment on our Facebook thing from Canada Rob. Let me pull it up.
Traveling Canada, Rob.
Traveling
Canada,
Canada,
Rob, stay home.
Yeah.
He's on
So
the
it was from the
road.
Black Friday episode. I think he's home now. He was gone for 2 weeks though. Good for him. So he did. Here's my top 3 from each list: BC, The End Machine, Testament, and Wasted. For me, he liked the Exodus, Pretty Maze, and Black Swan. From BB, he liked the Baton Rouge, Herman Frank, and Tough. He said this one surprised me. And from Dylan, he liked Slipknot, Merciful Fate, and Trivium. And he said Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you, Canada Rob. We'll be seeing our friend once again soon in next April. So at Monsters of Rock Cruise. Last week, myself and the Killer Bees here, we went down to Stroudsburg, PA to see Zach Sabbath and Bonfire, which was an AC/DC Bon Scott tribute band, and some other band. What were they called? Who was that?
Terrible.
The mighty Dark Chapel.
Dark Chapel.
Stars Dario.
Brother Dario.
That's right. Yeah. I've never seen a show so packed there. It was sold out.
it was sold out.
We got the doors open at 6. We got like right in front of the building, like at 6. We had will call tickets, dropped BB off. He ran in to get the tickets, so BC and I went down to park the car. So there's a bar that we go to down the street, and then BC and I ended up parking like almost half a mile further than that down
Sherman?
the road.
Sherman?
Yeah,
That makes
yeah.
sense. Yeah, nobody gets close.
Yeah.
You don't.
Nope.
So
hoof it on the
so
main.
BB had gotten the tickets. He was at the restaurant before we were. And then we left, and when we pulled up in front, the line was down to the corner. Well, up to the corner, up the street. So then when we walked up, good thing we already had the tickets because the will call line was huge for picking up tickets, which was in the other building in the showcase place.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then, but the line was still 3/4 of the way up the block. So we waited like almost 15 minutes to get in. An hour after the doors opened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got in there. We missed maybe the first.
Probably I can say a couple songs.
You think so?
I think maybe 1 or 2.
I think maybe 2 songs we probably missed, which that's okay. But I didn't hate them as much as the vocals weren't as bad live as they were on the album because he had the other guy singing with him.
True.
So if you do that on the album or get Tim Ripper Owens to sing, it would have been a lot better. But the Zach Sabbath show I thought was really good. Like I said, the place was just absolutely fucking packed, and it was cool. There was some, you could tell the deeper tracks he did. People were like, I don't know this one. What is this he's doing?
Right.
But for me, I mean, we didn't really talk about the show after. I love long songs and shredding and shit, but it got to be a little too much. Like, the first 3 songs were fucking 10 minutes each. And it was just, you know what I mean? It got a little crazy. I enjoyed it, though. I had a really good time. BB's got the set list.
Yeah. He opened up with Supernaut, Snowblind, Under the Sun, which kind of turns into Everyday Comes and Goes, Tomorrow's Dream, Wicked World, Fairies Wear Boots, Into the Void, Children of the Grave, After Forever, Hand of Doom, Behind the Wall of Sleep, NIB, and he closed with War Pigs. He did 13 songs.
I was glad there was no Paranoid. And there were a couple parts, and I'm not a big fan of, I don't like to be the band having me sing the song at a show. But, like, when he did those parts, like in Snowblind, the snow part, that's, my eyes are blind, but I can't see. Like, that part, like, the whole crowd sang it. And then when they were still singing, you couldn't fucking hear him.
Yeah.
When he was singing it, too. Like, because, like, people... And there were a couple other parts he did that, too, I thought was really cool. But what'd you think, BB?
Yeah, I thought it was great. Me being the big Zach Wild fan, I thought he kept it classy. See, I didn't get he went crazy. You know, he didn't do the Yngwie craziness.
Well, there wasn't a lot of pinch harmonics.
No.
As I thought.
There were a couple times I thought he was playing with overdub tracks because I'm like, how the hell he's hitting that note when he's not even close to that? You know what I mean? There are certain parts like, There are certain parts he played. He's turned. It was just kind of weird because I never saw him do something like that. It was always, he's always doing Black Label stuff, and
it turned into Track Sabbath.
Track Sabbath. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, the Bon Scott band was great. You know, like Steve said, they did only Bon Scott songs, which I kind of prefer. And in Dark Chapel, I thought they sounded good. I thought Dario played great, sounded good. Slowed it down for a piano song, which was surprising. But I love how Zach went deep into the catalog. He didn't play all the goddamn hits. You know what I mean? And then what's great about that, I thought, like Snowblind, Fairies Wear Boots, when the crowd is singing it, like you're into it, and then he kind of gets a little bit more popular as the night goes on. So I thought his set list turned out great.
The one thing that I was thinking about for the AC/DC tribute band was that they were good. The guy did Bon Scott really great. The Angus guy was okay. He was good, but I liked he played
the on and bobbing his head.
He was kind of a little of a bigger guy to be Angus, but I mean, everyone
I
can't
see some
be.
of those guys. They're like 90 years old
Yeah,
and stuff
yeah.
doing it.
This guy
But
wasn't
so was
bad.
Angus Young, though.
Just play good, right?
But he played the black and white SG, which I thought was very cool. But like I thought if you're gonna do an AC/DC tribute band, right? You have the Angus guy. The guy who did Bon Scott, the mannerism was really good. But I thought the rhythm guitar player and the bass player rocked out too much. You know what I mean? They weren't the Malcolm and Cliff Williams in the back go up to the microphone for the things, but like the rhythm guitar players out the front, like jamming out with the crowd. No,
No, stay in your lane, man.
Yes,
Stay in the back.
Pump the
Know
brakes.
your role.
yeah.
You
I
are
was
meant
like,
to be
it kind of ruined it for me. I'm like, I want to see them two walk up, do the background vocals, and get the fuck back.
It's like a Dream Theater tribute and John Young.
Yeah. do the Ian Hill or something. So, I mean, that was my only thing about that. What did you think, BC?
Oh, it was good. I mean, first up was Dark Chapel, of course. I mean, I thought he sounded good and everything. I mean, probably the crowd wasn't too familiar with him, but that's good. That's how you get your word out. Bonfire was next. Like
So Dark Chapel played before? Wow.
Yeah.
Dark
Wow.
Chapel, Bonfire, Zach.
Yeah.
Because he kept saying, he was on Facebook.
They
Get
go
there.
on at 7. Thank God.
We
'cause
go on
yeah.
at 7. And
We
they
figured
did.
they were.
the middle bit.
'Cause we were-
Yeah.
That's like 2 shows in a row. Accept was right on. I think Accept was early.
might
Except
have
it was
been a
5
little bit
minutes early. I think they went on at like 6:55 because we were still in the lobby, and I remember looking at my phone like, "Ooh,
I want to look at the merch. I'm like, shit, they're playing. I mean, Dark Chapel, I didn't care, but, you know.
Oh my god! Bonfire is good. Like you touched base. A little too rocking for the
Band-wise.
band-wise. For 2 members, I would say everybody. And then Zach was good. Everything I thought it would be.
I got to tell you, JD on
He's
bass
good.
was fucking unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, he was Geezer Butler, like fucking note for note. I was impressed. Because you don't hear a lot of bass in the Black Label stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I mean, like the classic Sabbath stuff. That's really
Very
like.
upfront. Yep.
I'm sure. I mean, Dave, you be a bass player, know how intricate that stuff is. And he was. I mean, there were parts where like Zach kind of just strummed a little bit, and he did like some cool bass shit. It was cool. Drummer was great. I forget what his name was.
that's like Jeff." He's a
is
regular Black Label drummer.
He is. Oh, okay. I thought so, but I wasn't sure.
So when Black Label's going to do some kind of North American tour next year, so Dario's going to open up with Dark Chapel, then Zach Sabbath's going to play, then Black Label's going to play. It's going to be an evening with Zach Wild.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster and for burnout.
That's a lot of friggin' playing. I was talking to these guys, like, for how much, like, Zach tore it up. I wish there was a way to count notes.
Yeah.
Like, how many notes did he fucking...
Like
he had to
pitch
play
count.
over 1 million fucking notes that night. It was just insane. I mean, I was just watching him, and BB boned us, though. He was supposed to count how many times Zach stuck his right hand up in the air.
He didn't do it as
He was
many-
supposed to count that. Not as much as the Black Label stuff.
I was gonna say,
I'll count it on the boat. I promise.
All right. And then he holds
Black
the guitar
Label's
up in the
always-
sky at the end of every song. But I thought it was
He
good.
had the kilt. He had the-
Oh yeah, he's got the kilt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a couple people in the crowd with kilts on.
Yeah.
But it was a good night. No major fucking snowstorm on the way home, which is a plus.
You were not snowblind.
But we were not. We were the year before for sure. So that's what. One more thing, Dylan, you want to do this one?
Yeah, it's, Thanksgiving, they had a halftime show for the Detroit Lions, and who was the other football team that was playing against them? It's not what I was interested in, clearly.
Was it the Lions?
Green
game?
Bay? Was it Green Bay?
It might have been
I
Green
don't
Bay.
know.
Yeah, it was the Lions game because it was a very Detroit-centric halftime show. Jack White came out.
Well, they always play the noon game
Yeah.
on Thanksgiving Day. The Lions.
Yeah, Jack White played, and Eminem made an appearance as well. Both Detroit, kind of born and raised, and it was awesome. It really kicked ass. I thought it was a fun kind of mix because it started out with Jack solo stuff. Like the first song was off his newest album, and then it transitioned into like a medley of kind of the Eminem song and Hello Operator, which is an old school White Stripes song, which is a great song. And then of course ending with Seven Nation Army. Because that's a sporting event anthem, and everybody was singing along. Like that was really cool. I thought he sounded great. I always liked Jack White quite a bit, and what I really liked about it as well was that, and I sent it to everybody. They released it on streaming to listen to. Like I love when I could be like, oh, I really love that live performance on like a TV show that somebody did, but I have to go to YouTube to watch it. I love when I could go, on my Spotify or Apple Music and just have it as part of playlists and have it in the rotation, and I think more people should do that, like Grammy performances or, late night performances. I think it's easy money right there. Just put them on streaming and you're going to get numbers, I think. So I thought it was great.
Did
It
you
was a good
see
show.
or hear it, Dave?
The Jack White, yes. I thought it was good. I gave a lot of credit because the one thing I noticed is two things. Well, with Seven Nation Army, we used to do it years ago when it first came out. Then you dropped it. And then I was out at the Michigan game. God, 10 years, I said to my wife, this song has to come back. Get out of here. I said, I'm telling you, the college kids are doing it. We
Yeah.
got to bring it back. And lo and behold, that Mr. Bright, if I was playing on Mr.
Oh, yeah.
Brightside, I'd be right on my list.
Yep.
Because every nitwit in Nelson's out there singing Mr.
Yeah.
Brightside. They didn't sing it when
It's
it was
in the
popular,
DNA.
but now they're singing it now. But and I give a lot of credit because one thing I noticed is because it's happened to me before where people are singing and they were off time
Oh, yeah.
from him. The crowd was off time from the beat of the bass drum. And
Yep.
I thought, man, I'm sure that kick drum was blaring in his face. He had
Yeah.
probably the in-ear monitors, but it's hard to do that when the crowd is like
Yeah.
a full step behind you
Yeah.
in time. And I said to my wife, I give him a lot of credit. That's hard. He can't hear that crowd. He can only hear what's in his ears. I said, I don't know, man. There's a lot of people down there. But he kept the time well. And he sounded great.
Did you see or hear it, BC?
Uh-uh.
No. Okay.
And I thought, and Eminem was good too. Like it was just like came out for a quick, verse, and then was done. And I'm like, okay, cool. I like that. I like a good feature, and then like not just being on stage for the rest of the time, being like, yeah, Seven Nation.
And now for an opposing few.
Well, first I got excited because the way it came across, it said Jack White and Eminem. I'm like, oh, okay. So I hear the first, because I don't pay attention. I just push play, and I was making dinner tonight. I'm like, I didn't even hear Eminem in the fucking song. Was his microphone on? And then the next song comes in. Then I look, I'm like, oh, Jack White and Eminem. Okay. Then when you do the Seven Nation Army stuff, and hand to God, I was gonna say, holy shit, Blue London did that song fucking better than the real guy doing it. I thought he sounded horrible. The solo he did, it looked like it was fucking, his guitar wasn't even tuned. I'm like,
But that's how Jack White plays solos. It's like he's fighting his guitar, like it's barely.
he was
like,
fighting my ears to finish the song. But no, if that's what he plays, there's only him and his sister. There's only like 2 of them.
No, there was a full band. There was a full band.
With this, it's a full. Yeah,
Yeah.
Meg's been retired for years.
Yeah.
It's it was. I think there was a bassist, there was a drummer, there's a keyboardist.
There was another guitar player.
Was there another guitar player?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So maybe because of the way it came off the phone, maybe if I had my headphones in, it
Yeah,
would have
if you
sounded a little
watched
bit
it,
better.
it might have been,
Or I
yeah.
watched it, it would have been a little bit better. Just
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a little pitchy, dog.
I was watching the game, and they showed him. They said, "Hey, there's Jack White, and he's going to be doing the halftime show." I'm like, "Okay, cool," because last year they did that Shangbuzi guy or whatever, Shabuzi guy. He's like this country guy, but it was good. I was like, "Holy shit!" I was surprised. It was I
He was one of
enjoyed
the
it.
nominees for Best New Artist at the
Yeah,
Grammys
I
last
enjoyed
year.
it. I was pleasantly surprised by that. So I'm like, okay, Jack White, like we did that live album on the podcast here, so I'm familiar with him, and I know I've seen Dave's band do Seven Nation Army 1,000 times. I've seen Dylan's
It was
band
the
when
very
they were
first
doing
song
it. They
I
did
ever
it
played live, even though there's no bass
probably
in that song.
400 times. But I was kind of excited. I'm like, okay, like it's a rock guy doing it. They didn't say Eminem. They just said Jack White. So he come on, and I'm like, okay, this is cool. He's so pale. He's paler than you, BC. He's like
pasty
almost
guy.
clear.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, this is cool. And then like Eminem, and then like he came up from the stage, came out, did his little part, and he was gone. And then he did Seven Nation Army, but like that was like an acoustic guitar. I was like, that's different.
Yeah, that's like one of his classics.
Yeah,
where it's
yeah.
like
I didn't know
electric
that
acoustic.
that it was that, but I thought it was cool. It was way better than like a Katy Perry or fucking
Left Shark was
whatever
an
they have,
iconic
this
moment.
Cranberry guy or whatever's doing the
Backpack
Super
Kid?
Bowl thing or whatever the fuck. I don't know, but it was good to see like a rock thing at a game rather than some kind of pop bullshit that's fucking lip synced.
Well, it's
So-
Detroit. You would hope that they would have
Yeah,
even
yeah.
to Motown or something. You could
Yeah.
at least understand.
Maybe we'll get Ted up there next year.
Detroit. Yeah, that.
That'd be
Well,
fucking
that's-
awesome.
right?
Get Ted or get Bob Seger would be a great one too for there.
Alice
So,
Cooper.
yeah,
Alice
so
Cooper
I
could
enjoyed
play
it.
all
I
of
thought it
Detroit
was-
stories.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. And one more thing, we had the Black Friday Record Store Day took place again on our Black Friday, and I didn't get there till later in the day. I know BB was out. Did you find that Van Halen one? No, I didn't find it. I got there in the afternoon. All the good stuff was gone except for that Rat 45 or whatever the fuck it was. I didn't buy that though. So.
Did you get the Stonehenge Spinal Tap single that's shaped like?
No, it was there. It was there.
Was any of the Eric Carr ones?
No.
There were the blue one was on Rolling Records today.
Oh, really?
But it went-
But they're
they
the
went
same
100
ones
bucks
we
for it.
have. They're the same ones we have. They're the same ones that they've redone like 1,000
Just
times.
got blue liquid in it.
Yeah. I think I could live without that one. So, all right. Before we get rolling, what are we listening to, Dylan? What are you listening to?
Well, I've been listening to a mix of Jack White. Yeah, I got back in the mood, and I wanted to delve a little deeper into his solo stuff because I had kind of fallen off a little bit after the Lazaretto album, and came back with the album that he released last year, which was released under like No Name, so they call it No Name. So I wanted to kind of fill in the gaps and make sure that I know a little more. Jack White was always a very big high school influence for me. I think it's because of the rebellion aspect of like he did not listen to the White Stripes, so it's like this is something of my own, you know. And I loved watching that documentary. It Might Get Loud with him, Jimmy Page, and The Edge, and one of those I could have done without, but it also it's a different viewpoint. But yeah, Jack White is what I've been listening to.
All right, Dave. How about you? What do you got going, buddy?
I've been all over the place. I went down a rabbit hole over the summer. I was listening to a lot of, I don't know, I got musiced out. And I was listening to a lot of Miles Davis and stuff. And then I got into his piano player with Bill Evans. And then I was down a jazz hole for a while there, just listening to a lot of old 50s, 60s jazz. And then I jumped back in. I got back in old Scorps I've been on. And I got down a rabbit hole with some Rat. I don't know how that transpired, but all of a sudden, and then I got to Dancing Undercover, and it was like, oh, okay. Now I know why.
I thought you said rap. I'm like,
No, Rat.
Okay, Rat. All right.
Rat.
Dave, you ever listen to Jazz Sabbath?
I have not.
They're jazz covers of Black Sabbath
Nice.
songs. It's very cool.
But yeah, the first 2 Rat albums, I went and I listened to. I had to drive down to Philly and stuff like that. So and then some old Kansas. I was just doing some old Scorp, so like 70s. Stayed in that, trying to revisit some
You got
stuff.
back in your lane.
Yeah, I guess. I have to find it. This list got me down into a hole. Where I thought, boy, I gotta start opening some things and going into some doors that I never have bothered dealing with, because some of the songs are good.
All right, the musicianship is there. BB, what do you got?
Since I think it was our Black Friday, BC picked Black from Seven Dust, so I kind of wanted to do a little Seven Dust checkout, and it's funny, I was 2 days late because that Keswick Theater that's down by Casey, they had Seven Dust the week before, acoustic, and they actually have an acoustic live album. So I checked that out. That's from 2004. It's called Southside Double Wide. There's 15 songs on it, but of course they do some of their better known stuff, but a couple of deep tracks. It's just a different sound that they have acoustically, but it still has the heaviness to it. It was really good. I was really surprised with it.
Keswick Theater has a lot of good shows. We need to start looking at their shows more often, because, like, they usually have a pretty good bill sometimes.
Yeah, it's only
Because I think they
now that
consider,
the construction's done on the turnpike,
I
you
think
can
they
get down
can.
there in
I
less
think they
than 2
consider that
hours.
like a Philly show, like a lot of the
Yeah.
bands. That's their
for sure.
Philly show.
It's
when
just
they
the only
play
thing
there.
that sucks. There's no place to park.
Yeah.
It's like the Sherman.
Yeah.
And it's too far to walk from Arcadia.
Right.
Well, we have Casey.
But yeah,
Casey could-
we can definitely crash on the floor, or she could Uber us.
True. BC, how about you? What do you got going, buddy?
I've been down a rabbit hole of the Roxane. Their debut and I guess you consider it their second album, The Voodoo You Love, down on the farm. Then went back down into the one and only album from the band Blondes
Blondes with a Z, right?
with the Z.
All right. And for me, last night I did a little vinyl thing. I threw on the Joe Borosky version of the Holy Diver album. Just the remix is just insane on there. How different, and it makes it so much more enjoyable. Not that it's not enjoyable to listen to. It gives you that little bit more enjoyment to listen to it. A band called Bloodbound that I've been checking out. They put a new album out called Field of Swords. I was listening to that, and I checked out that Motorhead, that punk Motorhead tribute album that Dylan was talking about, called Killed by Death. Pretty good. There was some good stuff on there. And what surprised me was that you don't think of bands doing guitar solos when you hear the word punk music. Mm-hmm. Well, the two words punk music. But they did a lot of the songs that had solos on them. So I thought it was really cool. So here's what we got going. Dave had some Miles Davis and his piano player, Bill Evans. And some delving down to the jazz section of the music store. Old Scorpions, 70s Scorpions. And the Rat Hole, not the Rap Hole. You got the Dancing Undercover and Called It Quits.
NWA.
A lot of people do that.
Hello,
Although their last album, Infestation, is fantastic. More harkens back to the first two than the last three.
Because then after that it's Reach for the Sky, and that was it. Like
Detonator's not bad though. And BB's got some Seven Dust acoustic live, Southside and double wide. And BC's got some Rocks Gang, some things you've never done before, and the Voodoo You Love, and is it just self-titled Blondes?
Yes.
Blondes, BLONDZ.
No D.
It's always cooler.
No D. And then a Z.
Oh, Blondes, not Blondes. Blondes. Like bronze, but blondes. Okay, Blondes. BLONZ. And for myself, some Dio, Holy Diver, some Bloodbound, and some Killed by Death, the punk Motorhead tribute album. Which it's not really. I didn't think it was like a punk album though. Like, you know what I mean? I think it's just punk bands doing them. So it was pretty cool. So we have our friend Dave here, and you know it means it's classic rock time when Dave steps up to the microphone here. We got a little surprise for you tonight. But we're first turning the microphone over to BB. So the kind of preference of this is if someone's having a party at their house. The way I look at it is, all right, listen, we're going to do a playlist for the party, but you can only do like classic rock. So the criteria was anything up to 1982, and what you figure would be a good song to bring to a party. So BB, I'm so glad you're going first.
Right.
What are you bringing to the party? 8 tracks. We're bringing 8 tracks, so we could do a mixed 8-track with 8 tracks.
I'm going to do one that I picked, and then I'm going to do 5 that I said, ooh, I better pick something for the professor coming in instead, pick some super deep 70s songs that I'm not really familiar with.
Okay, Billy.
And then I'm going to pick 2 songs that kind of reference alcohol because, if we're going to party, there's going to be some alcohol there. So I might as well reference some alcohol in the song. All right, so the first song I picked is from Motley Crue from their first album, Wright, the opening track, Live Wire. And it's just so funny. This song is just so fast, and it came out in 81. You're like, God damn. Like, I can't believe, this song is that old. But, of course, Live Wire has the cool stop and start parts. There's a little cowbell in there towards the end. And then I figured, you know what? Like I said, the classic professor is here. I better start getting a little bit deeper into these songs. Pick some bands that aren't really close to my wheelhouse. So I went with Foghat, Fool for the City. It just starts off with that classic 70s riff sound that they have. The song has a really good punch to it. There's funky synth parts in there. Classic Foghat solo. Just a great classic song, because when I think of classic, I still think 70s. I'm not even thinking of the 80s. It's way back, but now they consider classic 25 years old. So,
So I'm considered older than classic.
You're older than classic. So you're definitely.
So we're considered ancient.
So you're definitely classic.
I think there is a new term for it. Are they calling it grandpa rock or something? They're calling it something. They're calling it something different. They're not calling it classic rock. They're calling it something different. God damn.
I understand that.
Pop rock was already used.
Yeah.
So it can't be music your pop's listening to.
All right, then my next pick, keeping this deep band, uncomfortable picks that I'm doing, I went with the Rye Heap with Easy Living, probably their biggest hit. Has that really cool electric organ, heavy drum driving start to it. Has some cool little punch your face, fast riffs in there. It gets out really quick. It's just a really quick song. The only solo in the song is kind of like the outro music has a little bit in there, but still a great song. Then I'm going to go to 38 Special, Rockin' Into the Night. Has a good little chug to it, big band harmonies with this band throughout the whole song. Short little solo in there, but still a great song. The next one going to Head East, Never Been Any Reason. I like how the drummer and the lead vocalist kind of go back and forth with their vocals. They kind of go back and forth. Great vocals, both of them. I'm sure Dave knows them personally and by name. There's once again another song from the 70s. Cool synthesizers in there, and I just a great little, almost like an a cappella ending. Just the two guys kind of singing. Then I'm going to Boston with Feeling Satisfied off their second album. This has that iconic Boston guitar sound. Brett's vocals are just spot on. Great song. A little kind of a hidden one off their second album. Then I figured, you know what? We partied enough here. Let's get some alcohol going. So the 2 songs I picked that kind of feature a little alcohol in there. From Ozzy, Suicide Solution. BC, get the alcohol, just don't get the gun, all right? Because we don't need that. We just
And your lawyer.
We just need alcohol. But yeah, this showcases Randy's Rhoads, the Ozzy's debut solo act with Randy just tearing it up. And then the second song I had to pick with a little alcohol in it. Since everybody's here drinking at my party, why not pick Have a Drink on Me from AC/DC? Everybody knows it from the Back in Black album. Nice little slow, bluesy opening really cool riff in there. The band is tight. You know, the comeback album for these guys. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows all the songs on that album. All right, BC.
Alrighty, Motley Crue. I read about these guys once. But Live Wire, like you said, it's hard to believe that 1981 that was. That's just a killer riff. And going from Shout at the Devil back to that was like, ooh.
You didn't have that first?
Huh? No.
Oh,
I had Shout at the Devil
Shout first too.
Then went back to Too Fast for Left. But awesome bit. Foghat, Fool for a City. I just love the bass in this song. Because this is one of the songs that, even back right out of high school, working third shift, it'd always come on the radio. You'd be like, ooh, boy. Not that I really was a big Foghat guy back then, but definitely liked the tune. Uriah Heep, Easy Living. This ain't bad, but if I'm going to go to this song, I go for the Wasp version. Blackie Lost. Because Blackie knows how to easy live. 38 Special, Rocking Into the Night. Just love the drums in this tune. Again, working third shift right out of high school, and you hear this song come on, I rock it.
So you're partying while you're working, BC.
I used to go into work drunk off my ass, work the whole night through.
We even dropped them off at work drunk one night after a hardball show.
Greatest boss ever back then. He goes, as long as you get your work done, I don't give a crap what you do. All right. Got the work done. Had a good time.
Yes.
Head East. Never been any reason. I heard this song for years and years and years and never knew who it was or what the name of the song was.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, the little cowbells and drumming in that. God love it. Boston, Feeling Satisfied. I mean, this is another one that, probably mid-teens I started getting into Boston. And then they went radio-ish, I would say. Pop, I don't know. Not pop, but...
They had too much time between the second album and Third Stage.
Third Stage. And
Way
Third
too much
Stage
time.
came out, it was
Yep.
too over the top.
I mean, they had a good run with Amanda, but overall,
Overall.
I mean, not that I liked
was
it,
just barely
but
pulling a chin up.
yeah.
Ozzy Osbourne, Suicide Solution. How can you go wrong with Ozzy? I mean, his first two, I guess you would say, solo albums came out. To me, they're both classics. And AC/DC, have a drink on me, anytime.
All right.
But this two albums back to back that are just classic to me. Cannot go wrong with this. Very, very good list.
Thanks. Professor.
All right. Live Wire from Crew, like, I wasn't a big Motley Crue fan. I'm not. I've seen them, but I that early stuff, I was out of that. I was listening to other stuff at that time, and when I heard it, I thought, man, it's the recording, not so much the song, but I thought, man, this is weak sauce. Like this recording, I said to my wife, I had to listen to it. I said, it sounds like we recorded it. Like it sounds bad.
Right.
Like the recording is bad, but it grew on me. I mean, I always say though, Mars, you got to give him so much credit because he really does a great job at fronting that band and really filling voids. Nikki Sixth is. He's the mayonnaise of bass.
He's
I
there.
suppose. You know, he's there, but he's not adding what
He's milk
he doesn't
toast.
compliment Mick Mars.
He doesn't even know how-
very
in the
well.
beginning, he didn't even
and
know
I
how
think
to
that
play.
just gives more to. He's kind of meh, like
Yeah.
especially
Oh,
on
yeah.
the song. He's not doing anything out of the ordinary, but it's got a great groove to it. And it really grew on me, and I think Mick Mars is incredibly underrated. Fool for the City. You gotta love Dave Pepper's voice. I mean, that's the lead vocals. See, for me, Foghat. The Slow Ride ruined Foghat for me because they used to play it all. That was like the staple. And I was like, I don't like that song. I don't like it. But this song has a great bluesy riff to it. Price's guitar work is always fantastic. All the stuff that you usually come with some Foghat stuff. I think that's really good. And that's one of the things one of the holes I have to start going down here. But it's got just a funkiness to it that resonates. That's the thing about it. It just keeps on driving. Easy Living. Again, it's got a thumping groove. Dave Byron's vocals they're almost operatic. That's what I like about it. He's got that stuff, and then the backups are in there. I'm not a big fan of that keyboard sound. that Hensley does. Ken Hensley's is the. I think it's a Moog stuff. I don't like that sound, and it's throughout. But I love how everything's going with that riff that he does. The diddly 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 do. How they're all just working it down throughout the whole song. And it's just got a great thump to it. Rocking Into the Night. It's got a good groove and a thump. Something about 38 Special for me. They're like somebody that's almost attractive. You know what I mean? Like, oh, he's pretty handsome in an ugly way, kind of thing. Like,
yeah.
But their music
It's like you're semi-good looking.
Something
Like a
that,
butterhead.
but their music just like the tunes never did it. Then it's got a great thing, and then about 2.5 minutes, all right, this song over. Like that's what they do for me, at least. I think their harmonies are great throughout. It's I don't know, they're like watching water boil to me. But again, and I didn't know Donnie Van Zant. I never did I didn't know that he was one of the lead singers from that. He's his brother was with Leonard Skinner, and then once his brother passed, his other brother took over. So it was a very musical family. But never been any reason. I mean, I should say.
Yeah.
I even wrote that in one of my notes. I wrote one of the songs. That's all I put. Steve Houston and John Schlitz switching the vocals up, where starts with Houston. Great synthesizer sound. It's just a Flat as a Pancake is just a great, complete album, I think. I never understood why these guys never made it. It's got a great groove, and it keeps you. It keeps you there because almost everything's a hook that they do. Feeling Satisfied, again, I feel bad for the second album because no matter how good it was, and it's a great album, but it just can't eclipse. The sun from the first album is just too big.
Yep.
It's too big. I love that it's not just Scholes playing everything. Like he does it, but man, that bass line in this song, that was it's just really good. The Wacom bass line, Franchine is really busy in this song. He's just really busy. Suicide Solution, I was listening to it today on the way home, and I thought, there's something about the guitar tone in this song that drives me insane. But in Suicide Solution, I found it interesting. I thought, who brought this as a party song? It's almost like saying like drink responsibly on a bottle of whiskey. Like, drink responsibly. Hey, I'm gonna drink responsibly. Who's doing the Suicide Solution to the party?
Cake stand.
But again, it's Randy Rhoads. It's always about the irony of Ozzy getting sued. He didn't even write the song, and Bob Daisley, the bass player, writes the song. It's like if some poor kid in the 40s, took his own because out of Frank Sinatra song, they'd be suing Sammy Kahn, whomever who wrote the songs for the guy. But it's just that's a classic. Great riffs, great. I like the recording. I do. I like the recording of it. And Have a Drink on Me again. It's the number 2 selling album of all time. I've got a song on this. Mine's a little more cliche than yours, but it's a fantastic thing. It's just unprecedented at that time, and I don't think unless you were alive for it, you could appreciate what it was like for that to come out at that time, and what a game changer it was for music. All these songs that you're talking about, like they were, you'd wait for albums to come out, and then when they came out, you were either incredibly satisfied or you weren't. But that one is just unprecedented. Brian Johnson he really sings his ass off on this album, and it's a great tribute and a great tune.
Right.
Got a great, you always have the meat and potatoes of Angus and Malcolm and Phil Rudd and Cliff Williams. It's his third album, I believe. It's his third because he comes in on Powerage. But it's just a great, nothing fancy.
No.
The 3-chord blues tunes, and that's it. But they do a great job. Funky list, sir. Funky list.
Alrighty, ready.
All right, I'll go up on this one. AC/DC, Have a Drink on Me. Absolutely love that song. And Dave was absolutely right. You unless you were alive when this album came out, it was fucking everywhere. This was pre-MTV. There were no videos. It was on the radio. It was like you'd go into a record store and it'd be like a black wall, and it'd just be all that album. Everyone had this album. This was one of the albums that when me, Rob, and Dugo, we would each go and buy an album and then switch them. Like, this is one that we each had. Like, it was one that, like, you weren't giving it up to anybody at any time. And Have a Drink on Me, man. I just and Dave's right. Brian Johnson just crushes vocally on this one. You always get the what if, how would have, Bon Scott sounded with these songs, but they would have been different because Brian Johnson wrote the vocals, so God only knows what would have came out next from those guys. But they were right on the cusp, regardless of who was singing in that band at that time. They were just getting there. Ozzy Osbourne, Suicide Solution. I'm like, who's party to this? But I'm like, okay. I love it. Great song. Fun one. But, there's no solo in this song. You just get the, oh, now people, bah, 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 yeah. You get all that echoing shit in the middle, which is kind of odd. Boston, Feeling Satisfied. Great song. And I'm like, and it's, because the production is, just a tick off of the first album, I think. But, this could have easily been on the first album. Melody-wise, guitar-wise, everything. The melodies are fantastic in it. Heady's Never Been Any Reason. I had this song on I had 40 songs, and there's a couple songs that were picked throughout this night that I didn't pick because I always let everybody pick, and then I usually do it. So Heady's Never Had Any Reason. Absolutely love that. And Dave, you are right. Flat as a Pancake is a fucking fantastic album. Stupid name for an album, but but I love it because I still remember when they had the Teen Center down at 7th and Main there, down at Starship used to practice there. And I used to sit in when they were practicing, and this was one of the songs they did. And I always just loved that. And I still remember back when I was in grade school, I'd be down at Scott Waller's house. His brother John had the Head East Live album. I'd always pull that out, see the hot girl on the front, drop the needle on it. So that was always one that I always loved from the start. And actually, it's one of my favorite songs of all time. Always loved that song. Never Turned Off, Always Turned Up. 38 Special, Rockin' Into the Night. When these guys, I think, are a band that can thank MTV as well, because they play these videos of 38 Special all the time. I like it. Little Southern Fried Rock, little Skinner Light, if you will. I like these guys though. Rockin' into the, because remember the videos, they had the two drummers.
Yeah.
First time I had ever seen that. Uriah Heep, Easy Living. I saw these guys last year for the first time, Dave. I never seen them. I went. I knew two songs, and they were fucking great. And this was one of the songs that I knew. And this may have been my least favorite song of the night when I saw them. I was blown away by these guys. I've never gotten into them. I've never listened to Uriah Heep album. I would be with BC. I would pick the Wasp version over this, but that would have been in 1986, I think, because I think it was on Inside the Electric Circus, I believe.
Pick that next time.
Yeah.
Next time we do this.
Well, next cover episode we do. Foghat Full for the City. I love these guys. Me and Rob used to rock to Foghat Live all the time. I never understood why Foghat Live was not a double live album. However, I don't know if you ever have, Dave. Check out Foghat Live 2. It's on streaming. It is fucking fantastic. It's done newer. I think there's only 2 original members in the band at the time when they put that out. It came out in the maybe early 2000s, I think it came out, but it's friggin' fantastic. And Motley Crue Live Wire, this was an album that the Duo bought, picked that up, and we were like, holy shit. And you're right, for 1981, there were not a lot of bands doing double bass drumming in songs. You didn't get that a lot. You had Motorhead Overkill, which I think was 79, I think that came out. But you didn't have a lot of that then. But just that, but when that kicks in, and I love the last part when you get when it stops and you get the cowbell, you get it, it kicks back in. Fantastic. Good list. Little question mark on Suicide Solution, but rockable though. Rockable. Maybe that could be my pee break song.
Yeah, there you go.
I thought this was a very chameleonic list. When I saw the songs on here, I thought different people picked different songs. I thought Never Been Any Reason and 38 Special and Fool for the City. I thought you had picked those because you always talk about headings.
Yeah, I never, and just for everybody out there, I never said to the group who picked what.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so like I didn't guess that you were these picks, so that's very good and in keeping it different. I agree. I think Suicide Solution is like the song where like it starts to the night starts to take a turn, where you start like
Gets a little dark.
Could go bad at any time now.
It's the bad trip, like you're in the corner, like, oh god,
The record scratch.
I'm ready. It's like I'm about to puke, but it's not coming yet. and I'm
BC
just
drinking
like
tequila.
I'm just like suffering through it. Like that song comes in, you're like, oh god, what have I done? But otherwise, very good list, I thought. I think Livewire is a great party song. Love the stop start towards the end with the drums and then the ding 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 with the cowbell. Feeling Satisfied. I appreciate you going off the beaten path because we always talk about the first album from Boston, and this is a good song from the second one, and it is a very party themed song, and I mean, Have a Drink on Me as well. But yeah, the only one I think doesn't scream party to me is Suicide Solution. That it screams me at my high school parties when I wouldn't drink at them. I would just look out the window waiting for the cops to come because I was so paranoid that the cops were going to be coming that I was just like, I'm gonna get so much in trouble if these cops come. Oh God!
No, you wouldn't. I know them all.
So I never had fun at any of the parties I went to because I was so that represented
Maybe
my
I should
party
have picked
going.
Paranoid.
I was just gonna
Yeah.
say down.
Yeah. That well represented my party going experiences. So at least in that instance, yes. But for like a good time party, maybe not.
We're partying in Waco, all right?
No God.
We ain't coming out.
Alrighty, that's it on my side.
All right, BB and Dave, you came up in the rotation
All right.
next.
Yeah, this was a really great, difficult task, I think, because the ask was like, I don't know if it's something that should be a party song, and then you wanted to try that edgy but not be cliche, and that was the thing. I kept thinking I was being, and I probably am cliche on a lot of these. But a lot of these came off the list that I have. It's called the Fire Pit. If I'm out at the Fire Pit by myself, that's what I'm listening to if I'm having a bourbon and a cigar. But anyway, here we go. My first one is Let It Go off of Def Leppard's 81 High and Dry. To me, I was I'm not ashamed to say I was a very early Def Leppard fan. Probably Hysteria was it for me. Then all of a sudden, after Pour Some Sugar on Me, that was like, all right, okay. Like that was it for they got what they wanted. What was the commercialness of it? But On Through the Night was a great album too. And then even High and Dry is fantastic. So is Pyromania. It's a great album. But I think for me, with High and Dry, Mutt Lange gets a hold of them. And they dismiss Pete Willis. So actually, Pete Willis does play on this album though quite a bit before they dismiss him. And it's kind of that shift from the harder rock to the more radio friendly sound. But that guitar drive and that double lead work from Steve Steeman Clark, and just that guitar riff from the get go, and slow into the verse. And then the build is really strong, and I really like black haired Joe Elliott. Curly black-haired Joe Elliott, because man, he could really sing. He could really belt, and this song is a good example of that. Number 2 is "Good Times Roll" by the Cars off the '78 self-titled. I really like this. The Cars didn't have it was a whole new experience listening to this when you heard it for the first time. You put that record on, and you heard that Elliot Easton's guitar and that electronic drum just bonking, and Rick Ocasek's vocals, which are so different. He doesn't have a pretty voice. He's got a good voice, but he doesn't have a pretty voice, and it was kind of really different. And all those backups, they actually come from the producer does it. What's his name? Roy Thomas Baker, who did a lot of '80s bands.
Queen.
Yes, he did. So number 3, here's where we get cliched. It was this one or either Spirit of Radio, and I chose Tom Sawyer, and I was cringing myself when I did it because it's like, that's that Rock 107 on delay. But to me, what makes it's a sign of the times, just like AC/DC. Moving Pictures is a sign of the times where, as good as Rush was 70s wise, I think what this does is it brings Rush to the forefront of, this is a really solid band for the masses. And this is the first time I start hearing of, holy shit, Neil Peart is the drummer. He's the man. And it's this song and this particular album. Was he great beforehand? Yes. But it was this thing, and it's everything that they do. It's for them, I think it's overplayed. It's one of their least conventional popular songs because Rush doesn't write for popularity. It just got them there. But it's the whole package, and I'm not a fan because 80s they started going with that keyboardy stuff, which I'm not a fan of. Rush, that kind of subdivision stuff where he's back and forth between the bass. I don't like that Rush, but this one is the exception. But just a classic. Come Sail Away, really. Again, it's probably cliched. It's probably overplayed. Dennis DeYoung, it's probably the height of his good stuff. Great guitar work. I love the guitar work in the chorus. And I was looking at live versions. It's funny because you don't see James Young doing any of that live. He doesn't do that backup picking fast guitar riff when they're playing live. He just chugs along with Tommy Shaw. But the vocals are beautiful. A ballad-like opening into the heavy guitar driven. Just a great piece of work. Again, Carry On Wayward Son, which it's sign of the times, song and albums. It puts Kansas on the map. It's the one that brings them over the top. Kerry Livgren they needed a song, and he comes along and he does it. The vocals at the beginning just says it all, and the fact that it's the song is unique to itself. It's only 3 minutes on the radio and it's 5 minutes on the album, so that goes to show you how just radio ruins everything. Same thing with Come Sail Away. It's a 3 minute and change song, and it's almost 7, which just to me is a disservice to the song. But and Rich Williams' guitar work is great. All that solo work and that complexity that Kansas does, it just makes it. One thing I like about this song is that it makes then progressive relatable, as a progressive rock person. I jumped on the Boston bandwagon too. For me, it was Smokin'. Again, and this song is the B-side on a 45 because I think my parents had it. To More Than a Feeling is the B-side to it. Schultz is the main man on the first album. His collaboration with Delph, but it's like that. It's got this ZZ Top-ish to it, that opening riff. But I really like the opening. It takes bluesy and it turns it to boogie, if you will. Where it's that guitar riff in the chorus. That keyboard and bring down where he's just washing the guitar in the middle. I could do without it, but I would like to have seen a solo there maybe instead. But just another good piece of work to me. This one I tried to get a little funky. I like to bring something a little funky with it. You were either getting this or Children of the Sun by Billy Thorpe, but you're getting this one instead, which I don't know if you've ever heard the album Children of the Sun. It's a good one.
I know it.
But Aaliyah by Donnie Iris from Back on the Street 1980. He writes this, which I didn't know too much about Donnie Iris. I always like this stuff. Love Is Like a Rock is on the same album, which is another great tune. But he was a member of Wild Cherry, which I did not know. I didn't know that.
They're from around Pittsburgh.
Yes, he is, and it's actually I think it's the theme song of Pittsburgh or something. This song.
He lives in the town with one of my other podcasting friends.
Oh, really?
And you see him at the grocery store. They say it's crazy.
That's he's in his 80s now, I think. But there's a lot of great people that are on this album. I just think it's a great drive-in. The harmonies and the vocals are great. It's got a killer guitar riff. It's punchies. And the drums. I think it's Kevin Valentine on the drums, who actually was session stuff with Kiss. I think on Psycho Circus and a number of other albums. The middle is a little upsetting with those little ahs. That's not for me, but they could have done a solo there. But that's good stuff as well. And then my last one is Shook Me All Night Long. Again, I can remember July of 1980 driving to Little League practice. I can remember this because the carnival came later. It used to come in May, and it came later. I can remember the kid that was playing, Frank Ruggiero, attorney Frank Ruggiero, was on third base, and I had the window down as we were driving from like the front of the park to the back of the park, and I could hear him singing it from third base on the Little League field because they were playing it at the carnival.
He's a judge now.
Oh, he is a judge now.
Yep.
But it's one of the greatest three progressions songs known to music. I mean, Rudd is simple, Malcolm is solid, Angus has the energy, Mutt Lange cleans it up. He just really cleans their sound up. And again, Brian Johnson, those vocals on that album are like, it was like nothing you'd never ever heard, and it was just such a game changer for music, and that's what makes it number 2, only behind Thriller, I think.
Yep.
That's great piece of work. So, Steve, I'll start with you. I'll go clockwise.
All right. Def Leppard, Let It Go. I'm going to send you a screenshot of a Def Leppard album you need to check out.
Oh.
A live one. Killer. BB picked it for birthday album last
Called
year, I think.
Hysteria.
The GOAT, by the way. Let It Go. We rocked the fuck out to this when this came out. Me and Rob and Dugo, like this was one of the videos, one of the early videos that came on MTV. Just pre Joe Elliott with the Union Jack shirt, but just rocking, because like those were pretty much like live videos when they did show these. Just absolutely rocking. Let it rock, let it roll, and you could see I think you spoke about it, the progression of Def Leppard, you could see how they got to where they got to. The Cars, Good Time Roll. That first Cars album is absolutely fantastic. But like when that came out, we were like Kiss, Van Halen, AC/DC, Ozzy, but this was different. This was so different, but we still loved it though. Like we used to, do lip syncing concerts for the kids in the neighborhood. After we were done with Kiss, we were doing Van Halen. Like we'd have Cars songs in our set list. Good Times Roll is fantastic. Rush, Tom Sawyer. Actually, we talked about this song on our last episode. Perfect album sides. I picked side 1 of Rush, Moving Pictures. Tom Sawyer, I call Tom Sawyer the air drumming capital of the world.
Tom Sawyer.
Tom Sawyer. But just like, you're right, this song, this album made them more accessible to the masses. Yes. Styx, Come Sail Away. Styx, Grand Illusion is probably my favorite album of all time. Love this song. Our buddy Chooch, he's a huge Styx fan. And this song gets turned on its head. It's like a sentimental thing in the beginning, and then the spaceship's taking them away. It's fucking crazy. But it's cool. And radio edits ruin songs. They absolutely do. Carry On Wayward Son, Kansas. And once again, every time we talk about Kansas, I say I thank Dave Borosky for pushing me to check them out more. Myself, BC, and Dylan went to see them. Blown away. And they're playing, I'm going to say Atlantic City early next year or something.
To me, there's only 2 or 3, I think, maybe 2 guys. I think Rich Williams is back, but they're not.
But still,
it's not the same. It's a shell of,
It is, but it's still. I mean, they're way heavier than you would think. Carry On Wayward Son, killer soloing throughout that whole song. That was one like, okay, you think it's going to go back to lyrics? No, we're playing some more ripping solos. Absolutely killer. Boston Smoking. I remember I played the fuck out of this on the jukebox at Valley Lanes. After
that
bowling.
Was you?
That was me. After bowling at Valley Lanes, I'd get my 2 slices of pizza, I'd load that motherfucker up with oregano, and I'd put like, used to get 5 songs for a quarter or whatever, and I would play like Smokin', and I'd play something else, and I'd play Smokin' again. Like I played the fuck out of this on that goddamn jukebox down there. Donnie Iris, Aaliyah, love that song. I had my initial list. I had "Love Is Like a Rock" on my list. Love those 2 songs. They make playlists all the time. The Aaliyah, and you're right. There could be a little solo in that middle part though, but fun song. I've always liked that stuff, and it's crazy that my buddies see him in the fucking grocery store. AC/DC Shook Me All Night Long. Like absolute fatigue on this song, but like. Right. And I've been saying to these guys, anytime we get a song like that, I just try to get myself back to when you first heard this stuff. what wedding have you been at that they did not play the song like at the end of the fucking night? You get this, and you get Paradise by the Dashboard Light. You get them two songs at the last DJ set at every wedding. Just still a stellar song. And I was kind of surprised by Dave's list. I thought you would have got that shovel out and digging fucking the Who out. And
that's what I was
thank you,
do,
though.
But I thought it was
Thank you.
supposed to be an ultimate that everybody
It
could
is.
enjoy.
It is.
That's
It is.
where I was
And I'm
kinda
glad it
stuck.
came from your fire pit list. So I'm going to come up for that fire pit list one of these days.
Anytime.
So
There's like 600 songs on there. And just
very enjoyable list.
Yeah, I think that for sure because of that, like because of the kind of recognition factor, it is probably the best overall party list of the night because you're like, oh yeah, that's like part of the I love this song, that's part of the party experience. And I think your list has a lot of really good stuff on there that kind of connects to that. Let It Go, of course, really great Def Leppard song. Good Times Roll, what a statement song for a band. Like, really good intro to the Cars, but also, like, this is the kind of song you put on the car. It's like, okay, we're going to the party. Put it on. And then just getting ready to go to the party. Tom Sawyer, a party BB probably doesn't want to go to, but a party that I'm definitely a part of. Come Sail Away is a really interesting choice because that one takes a little bit to get to, like, the partying part of the song. But, because, like, if somebody doesn't know, for some reason doesn't know this song and Sticks, they're like, what the hell is this? Who put this on? What is this? But when it kicks it, it's really great. And it's a really great song. Carry On Wayward Son, and actually this kind of leads me to a really funny point that a lot of the songs on your list have Anthrax adjacent connections because they cover this, they cover Smokin', they cover TNT from AC/DC, and they cover Anthem from Rush. So like they're kind of connected to the majority of your list, which is really funny. Smokin', I love the keyboard part in the middle of the song. Like that build is so cool and love it. Leah, it's a really good one that I always forget about. And then You Shook Me All Night Long is the only song on this list that I have been to like a party, so like my semi-formals, my proms, and this song has played. So it is a bona fide, just like you said, Dad, like every wedding you go to, this song is playing. So it's a bona fide party song. So good job, Dave.
Thank you. I can remember in the woods when you had your red solo cup, and when the songs that would come on, you see everybody's head bobbing at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
All right. So that it's connected with everybody.
Yes.
That's kind of the vibe I was shooting for, but I think they're cliches. Really,
for sure.
But they're cliches for a reason.
That's true. Yeah. Professor, this is a great list, and these are hits, and then of course you're going to hear these at a party for sure, and everybody's going to know them. Let It Go from Def Leppard, just like High and Dry, On Through the Night, Pyromania, those first three albums are just absolute killers, and then that other boat anchor comes out and ruins the band. That's a real killer. But yeah, Let It Go, straightforward rocker, of course. You got the dual guitar sounds in there throughout the whole song, the catchy chorus. This is what you go to Def Leppard for. Good Times Roll by the Cars. I think I'm more of a hits guy with the Cars as well as the next band we're going to talk about because I feel it's an age thing because my group no one got into the Cars, and I think I don't know if because it didn't have a good thump to it. It was more mid-tempo-ish, So I know the hits, and the Good Times Roll is definitely a hit. So I knew this one. Yeah, and Tom Sawyer, same thing. Play the hits for Rush for me. I can't get in the Rush. We're going to talk about the real three-piece Canadian band later on tonight.
Anvil.
That blows Rush away. And we'll let BC talk about that later. But yeah, Tom Sawyer, it's a hit for a reason. Once again, that whole side we talked about, absolutely amazing. Come Sail Away from Styx. Almost like Dylan said, I love it when it kicks in halfway through the song, but the band harmonies on this song are just mind-blowing. Synthesizer heavy once again in parts. little cool guitar underneath everything that's kind of like layer underneath the vocals that at certain times you're like, it really perks your ears up. Kansas, Carry On Wayward Son. Love the solo after the first verse. Cool piano parts in there. The guitar synth parts I absolutely love. When you have like a guitar layered with a synth or a guitar layer with a piano, I'm all in. I love when Kansas does that. Smoking from Boston. Wright was playing this last week, and when I walked in, it's just like, you hear that song, it's like instant air guitar. It's just so cool. And you're just sitting there and like you pretend like you're playing. Love that song. Love that whole album. And Aaliyah from Donnie Iris. I knew the song. I didn't know who sang it. Like, I could have been on Rock and Roll Jeopardy. I would have, not had a clue who this guy was. But it's a great song. Like I said, never know who sang it. I love the cool squealing solo in it. It's like different for like the song. Like the squealiness of the guitar really stuck out to me on that one. And then of course Shook Me All Night Long. It's a hit for a reason. It carried the album. It carried the band. That video was everywhere. The song was everywhere. And still to this day, after what was that, 80, 81, 82 when that came out, and still playing strong on the radio. Like these guys said, at weddings, still carrying on to different generations. That is, it shows how good it is for real. Guys like us, I will say it's like a, you got the fatigue with it, but
Well,
it's
that's
still
the thing. You've
going
heard it
out
so much
there.
it's lost all meaning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you have to remember, like Steve said, you have to remember what got.
You got to put yourself back there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and still to this day, the kids know it.
And still for the weddings, like you heard so much pop and country shit anymore at the weddings. Like you're glad to hear this song.
Yeah, but like I said, definitely a good party list.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Def Leppard, Let It Go. I mean, these first two albums to me are so good, so raw. And then Pyromania came out, and you can see they were getting more and more polished. And then that album that came out after Pyromania, they were way too polished. But that's always the guitar riff, and that's excellent. The Cars, Good Times Roll. Even though I don't think I was ever really into Cars back in the day, but it came on, you were like, you found yourself just much respect for it. The keys in it, and they always had that catchy tunes.
They were
to
different.
me. They were different.
And who did Rick Ocasek go on to produce? Weezer. Yeah.
Your fave.
It's the
Especially
Blue
the
Album,
Blue
too.
Album, yeah.
The Blue Album.
Oh, no.
I hate Rick Ocasek now.
Rest in peace, Rick Ocasek.
He died? Yeah.
Yeah, he passed away.
He's still dead.
He's still dead. Oh, Rush, Tom Sawyer. Come on, like, this is one of the top Rush songs, air drum song. He would say everybody does the air drum part to this. Classic. Styx, Come Sail Away. There's another one I saw Styx on me. I saw Styx about 4 times now in concert. Never let you down.
And the guy that replaced Dennis DeYoung, Lawrence Gowan, he's friggin'
He's
fantastic.
fantastic.
Sings the stuff great, does it justice.
You said that the new album's not good, though, right?
No.
Needs some work.
Too.
And then, we got to thank you for Kansas, Carry On Wayward Son. You come on, we're going to see Kansas. I'm like, all right, go see a show, you know what I mean? I sat there like,
By the third song, we're like, holy fuck.
we're looking at each other like, holy shit. They were totally ripping it up. But that's a classic Kansas song. Boston Smoking. Love the guitar riff in this. Like BB said, you could be at the dinner somewhere. Wife slaps it. Donnie Iris, Aaliyah. I've heard this song many times. I would not be able to put money on it because I would never be able to name who actually play it. I think we talked about this.
Yeah, this was on a like
Is
an
it?
out of format episode, like with Sonny and Jen. Somebody picked it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
And
like
that
one
was-
of the '80s ones.
And
or
that
something.
was probably the first time I knew who.
It was probably you.
No, I think it was.
I don't think so. I think I picked Love is Like a Rock before on something.
But I was like, I never knew. I could never name who did this. And
But
you
almost
finish
500
off with
episodes, you're like,
ACDC with You Shook Me All Night Long. Again, you hear it so much, you're kind of blah. But when you hear it, it takes you back
Yep.
to when that song was fresh and new. but it's a very surprising list for you.
Yeah.
All right, there's your first 16 tracks of the classic rock party tunes, and we're rocking pretty good so far. We are absolutely rocking pretty good. So now there's one band that is on 3 lists out of 4, and the band has 2 different singers. You've already heard tell about 2 songs from these guys. So I'm one of the ones that didn't pick one. So I'm gonna pick the one for the gem song. So for a gem song, you're gonna hear "Kicked in the Teeth" from AC/DC from the Powerage album, 1978. Dylan's gonna play it now.
Two-faced woman with your two-faced lies. I hope the two-faced living made you satisfied. You told me, baby, I was your only one. While you've been running around town with every mother's son. Hey. Two times told about a women like you. Two times told about the things you do. I used to think that you were sugar and spice. I should have listened to my mom's advice. Kicked in the teeth again. Sometimes you lose, sometimes you win. Kicked in the teeth again. I ain't this misery ever gonna end. When I've been kicked in the teeth again. Two-faced woman, don't you cry in shame. You know nothing, you all the same. You run around, hope you had your fun. You never know who's gonna win till the race spin. Kicked in the teeth again. Sometimes you lose, sometimes you win. I know. Kicked in the teeth again. Ain't this misery ever gonna end? I've been kicked in the teeth, kicked in the teeth, kicked in the teeth again.
All right, we're back. Hope you guys enjoyed some Kicked in the Teeth from AC/DC from the 78 Powerage album. And I came up in the rotation next, so I will do my list. So I had a great time picking this one. Like I said, I had like 40 songs on there. I let these guys pick theirs. There were a couple bands that I was going to pick, and I didn't duplicate, but I didn't give, if someone picked a band like AC/DC so far, we've had 2. Like, I'm not throwing, unless it was the same song, it was the only reason I was going to get kicked back. So for my list, I love this stuff. In the first song I picked is going to be "Stay With Me" from Faces, or The Faces, whatever you want to say. But on the album it just says Faces. Old band from the late '60s, early '70s. Rod Stewart, Ron Wood too, right, from Stones, in the band. And the first time I heard this song, I actually saw this song live. There was a special on Homebox, and it was a Tina Turner concert. And I want to say Bryan Adams came out and sang this with her. And I was like, wow. I don't know, what did I say? The song is called Stay With Me, by the way. I've always loved the song. It's always been one of my favorite songs of all times. It's got John T. P. The whole song's fucking John T. Dillon, by the way.
It is. You're
It's
absolutely
just
right.
such a great. There's a friggin' killer kick up at the end of it. There's a fantastic version that Def Leppard does. That Phil Collins sings.
Phil Collins sings that, right?
Just absolutely fantastic. And there's a live version of it on Rod Stewart's Absolutely Live album that he sings with Kim Carnes and Tina Turner. Just a great song, great rocker. I've always loved this song. I've seen a couple cover bands doing it, and I always just lose my shit when they fucking play it. Next one is going to be Pat Travers Band, Boom Boom, Out Go the Lights. I don't know if there's even a studio version of this song. It's always like been a live song. I don't know if it's kind of like a song that you don't want to hear.
I think I have a non-live version.
Oh, is there really? Oh, okay, because I put the live one on there. I mean, I didn't dig really deep, but I think this is a song that would just translate better live. You know, boom, boom, oh, go the lights. Because I remember first time I heard this was when Rock 107 used to have the King Biscuit Flower Hour on. I think like 7 o'clock on Sunday nights. Pat Travers was one of the bands, and I heard this. And absolutely friggin' killer. And actually, I have that on vinyl now, that King Biscuit show. It's fucking fantastic. That version of Rockin' on there is killer. But absolutely love that. Great. I'm not kidding. Ready to fight. Ow. Killer song. Next one, Steve Miller Band, Take the Money and Run. The drums in this song are fantastic. You know, story about Billy Joe and Bobby Sue.
They're two young lovers.
Two young lovers with
Yeah.
nothing better to do.
Better to
Sit
do.
around on the couch, get high, and watch the tube. And I love it. You get that clapping
It's clapping every time,
every
like a
time
location.
they say it's a location. Just a fun song. Finally, after forever, got to see Steve Miller Band live like 2 years ago. Still enjoyed the show. Really good. Great song. One that comes on, and you're always doing the whoo whoo. And everyone is doing the claps.
Yep.
Everyone is doing them when that song comes on. Next song I picked, I think we talked about these guys on the last time Dave was on, The Knack,
Yeah.
My Sharona. But this is the album version. Once again, radio edits fucking ruin a song. The album version of this song is fantastic. There's a killer solo on it. I love the swells at the end. Just and this is one of the bobblehead songs. We'll call it like, soon as it comes on, everyone's like, it's just such a simple riff, but it's killer. It's just like so recognizable. Next track I picked is The Doors' "L.A. Woman." I've always loved this song. It's got such a groove to it. I was gonna pick this or Roadhouse Blues, but I decided to go with this one. But just like, I loved when Jim Morrison, there's parts in the song where he sings it like kind of straight up, but then there's parts where he sings a little more forceful that I think that it just like gives it that little more edge and intensity. "L.A. Woman," just a killer song. You can picture just cruising down the road, just rocking out to this song. Fleetwood Mac is my next track. "Don't Stop." Just a fun song. This is one that instantly recognizable when it comes on. I meant to there's a version of this on the Dance live album that the USC marching band comes in, and the like it's so amplified on there. If you have not checked that version out, when you listen to that version from the Dance of "Don't Stop," that will instantly be your favorite version of that song. It is just so fucking killer. But just even without that, just a great song. This was a song that used to come on. We used to go to Skaterama all the time. The song used to come on all the time. Everybody loved it. Next two songs, I think, kind of feel like almost the same vibe, same thing. First one is Toto, Hold the Line. Hold the line. That love is it out. But listen to the solo in this song. Steve Lukather is absolutely maybe the most unrecognized. I won't say underrated, because when people that know him know how he should be rated, but I would say most unrecognized guitar player in the world. This man is absolutely just an amazing musician. Hold the Line is great. You get that piano, you know it, and that I just love that guitar tone. Great vocals on it, just a great song all around. My last track will be Electric Light Orchestra, better known as ELO. Going out these days is Jeff Lynne's ELO, by the way. And this one is Don't Bring Me Down. You get that because these songs kind of remind me of, they're like brother and sister songs, I think, kind of. But just another Skaterama song for me that I like. Yeah, I hear these songs and they just take you back to when you first heard them. Like if you're sitting in your room listening to when you used to listen to the radio, and just absolute fantastic. That's why I love classic rock, because this is like the roots of what becomes to what we talk about most of the time on this podcast are songs like these that take you back to that time in that space, and they're timeless. They're timeless. I could be 80 years old listening to this shit and I would still feel the same way about it. So if I ever go into a coma or something like that, BC, or Dylan, make sure your mom puts my fucking earbuds in and just fucking. Maybe I'll make a coma playlist on my phone. Play in case of coma. Just put my earbuds in, like me fucking, maybe it'll bring me out of it. Who knows?
No.
But so that's what I got. What do you think, BC?
All right, Faces. I'm going to say 7 out of these 8 tracks take me back to my first full-time job. Hear them every night, over and over and over, and they're beating into you. Not that you're listening to that kind of music. I was only, 17, 18 at the time. But Faces with Rod Stewart, I mean, I dig Rod. And this is Stay With Me is such a stay with me.
It's like it's almost like a very, very early sleaze rock song.
For that time, or yes.
Yeah.
But I love the love this song. I heard it many, many times. Now this is the Pat Travers band, Boom Boom, I'll Go Lights. Love this song, but I never really heard it back in the day. But back in it, like I said, 790s I heard over and over. This one, you hear this back in the day. And I don't think I've ever heard a regular version of this, neither. You got the...
I don't know. I haven't either.
Get out a giggle on there. Steve Miller Band, like you said, this is just... Whoo. At work, everybody be going to whoo. You hear everybody be clapping. You hear it throughout the building. I mean, it's classic, and it just takes you back. The Knack, My Sharona. Gotta love the beginning. And then, of course, he always had to change Sharona into something else.
My baloney.
We'll keep some.
No.
We'll keep some of the other ones off the air tonight.
It's a kid's show.
The Doors, L.A. Woman. I mean, this is, and I know what the part you're talking about already. He gets like a little, not growl, but a little.
Right. He gets a little more intensity.
A little more deeper. But this song always come on the radio. Loved it. And then Fleetwood Mac, Don't Stop. I mean, that's a song you hear over and over. But Fleetwood Mac, come on. Toto, Hold the Line. Again, such a iconic riff. I've heard this a million times. Love it. Electric ELO. Don't bring me down. Like that being. It's like almost like they're hitting a metal thing with a bag exchange or something.
Oh yeah.
See, I don't know.
But you find yourself singing along with these songs, especially me, just from growing up with them from a young age, just beating into you. And like you said, they come on, you're like, and how many times an older song, even the songs that aren't on our list tonight, and you're like, you know the words, and you never really listen to the band. You just that you hear it so much throughout the years.
Just osmosis.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. BB.
Okie dokie. Stay with me from Faces. I love the cool layered guitars in there with the piano in the background. Rod's vocals just scream 70s. You hear Rod Stewart. I don't know. To me, he's like the 70s like party guy, and this song just kind of stuck out. It was so good. Boom Boom Mocha, the light from Pat Travers. Yeah, I think I don't think before the podcast I knew this song, but I think you brought this a couple times, and this is just a fun song. Has some cool call and response parts. Guitar work is great. Pat Travers is one of those great guitar players. Just you didn't hear on the radio, but you were definitely gonna party to that song for sure. Take the Money and Run from Steve Miller, like we said. Who doesn't clap to the parts of old El Paso and down in Texas? But really, what always stuck out to me of this song, like the drums and cymbals. They're just out front, nice and crisp, loud. Mike Sharona from the Knack. The bass in the song is so good. But that fucking solo they do in this song, like you said, the radio edit, I don't think it's in the radio edit, but towards the end, that fucking solo is fucking sick bananas. It's just absolutely killer. LA Woman from the Doors, like musically, these guys were super tight. They had very psychedelic sound that they had, and I just they didn't get enough credit for being musically tight. It was always about Jim Morrison. Don't Stop from Fleetwood Mac, another head bobber, great rocker. Everybody knew that one. Toto Hold the Line, guitar and synth parts, I love it. And finally, something, it's good to hear something from Toto besides Africa, because that's getting a little tired factor, because it seems like everybody's redoing that song now. And then ELO, Don't Bring Me Down, like the theatrical feel of this, like how musically tight this band is. Like I think of ELO and I see like 8 guys on the stage, like, and I don't even know if that's right, but like the theatrical sound they have behind the vocals, so good. Yeah, great list.
Dave.
Awesome. Great list. I've actually played 3 of these tunes out, and they're a lot of work. I'll start off right at the beginning. Stay With Me, it's great. Rod Stewart, I love early Rod Stewart voice. That raspiness, it's a solid blues number. Ronnie Wood on guitar, too. He's underrated, too. It's just the blues work he's doing, fantastic. Kenny Jones on the drums, again, that punch in there. Pat Travers, now I have a couple Pat Travers. I haven't gone down that rabbit hole, and that's a hole I'm going to go down. I have a couple tunes on the list, but this one's just I would describe it, even if I want a song that's going to punch in the face. This song now is not written by Pat Travers. I think the studio guy wrote it, but it's just a great punch in the face. These 3-piece Canadians, and as I'm listening to it, and you listen to the bass lines, I'm thinking, the Ice Cream Man cometh. That bass line and that bass run, that's Ice Cream Man by Van Halen. That's what it's playing. The bass line's up. I'm thinking, I had to go look. Well, who put out what first here? Who's
copying who?
Who's borrowing from who? I won't say copying. I'll say borrowing, because you always give it back.
I thought it was weird that Pat Travers went dedicate one to the ladies at the beginning.
But a great tune. Take the Money and Run. We played this one. I've done this one acoustically on guitar and bass, and people do clap annoyingly with everything. They are. Lonnie Turner on the bass, really. I mean, Fly Like an Eagle is just a solid piece of work throughout that whole thing. Those drums coming in because you can keep it going, but that's the handle on the bag. That's what holds everything together. My Sharona, I've played that one as well. That's every young guy wanted to try that on guitar. And it's Burton Avera is just. That's a great guitar solo, and it gets cut out. It gets cut out in the radio version, and you miss it.
You don't hear it.
And it's just really great. Any bass player, myself included, man, you do that bass line. It's Prescott Niles. He's playing a Rickenbacker 4001, and I have the 4003, and it's for sale, Dylan, if you want it, because it's not me. But I mean, everybody played it. Everybody knew that riff. Everybody, just like the beginning to Let It Go. Everybody who had a guitar, that was the riff you learned. It was a great piece of work. L.A. Woman again. This is it's the coming up as it pulls in, and it's that bass line, and it's Jerry Sheff, who was.
Yes, they brought a bass player in to play this.
He was in Elvis. He was in the TCB band he played for Elvis Presley, taking care of business. He was the TCB. But I think, the thing for me as I listen to the tune is, man, we got to give Robbie Krieger some love on this one. His guitar, those little chirps and stuff that he's doing, it's just fantastic. That's good stuff. That's good stuff to me. And Morrison just sounds like he doesn't give a shit. That's the great thing. And he just mumbling through his words. He doesn't care. He's on top of the world. He's getting it done, and that's his attitude. He was always like, hey, I'll light my leather pants on fire in front of children. I'm Jim Morrison. But this one, he's bringing it with the vocals, too. It just really pushes it out. Doing really well. Great one. Don't Stop played this one, too. Lindsey Buckingham's the man. That's right. I had to do I was actually playing guitar. This was 92. I can remember because I was nervous as shit. Because Lindsey Buckingham is hard. He's not doing what Eddie Van Halen does. But
all fingers.
Lindsey Buckingham is difficult. But the vocals with Christy McVie, it's a great beat. It's a great song. It's a great thump. It's a great album. I mean, Ruben's it's probably one of the top 10 best-selling albums of all time, and it's a great message. Hold the Line, man. This song is just full of hooks. The whole thing is full of hooks. And again, we could talk about Steve Lukather till the cows come home. He's like Neil Giraldo, who's Pat Benatar's guitar player, or Dave Navarro, who plays with Jane's Addiction. And the solo work is just so interestingly unique. And that's what Lukather, I find, brings, because everybody wants him to play with them. Great piano work. That's Steve Porcaro on that piano intro, and Bobby Kimball's vocals. You can't take away from that. When you see him live doing it back in the day, those guys were just really bringing it. Fantastic. And Don't Bring Me Down, Jeff Lynne, genius. Right? Jeff Lynne is the man. It's a driving song. It's those classic ELO vocals. All those high-pitched harmonies. It's almost like glam harmonies, like the Sweet have. Bevan on the drums. It's just a groove all the way through. And you can't not listen to this song without bobbing your head. You can't. Great list.
Dylan.
This is a list after my own heart, for sure. The jaunty piano on multiple songs. So much. Hold the Line starts with the jaunty piano. Don't Bring Me Down. Nobody's mentioned. I love the phased drums. Going into the Don't Bring Me Down.
That's because we didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
We needed the musician to tell us.
We needed Dylan to break it down.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's a great catchy song. Hold the Line classic. Like I said, jaunty piano at the beginning. Like, what's not to love on that? Don't Stop, written by my favorite member from Fleetwood Mac, Christine McVie, co-sung by Christine McVie. It's a song that definitely has the most burnout for me on that album. But, it's still a good one, like, objectively. Kind of taking your mindset of remembering the first time you heard it. And I just love Christine McVie, so really happy whenever she gets her flowers. L.A. Woman, I love the keyboards in it. It's very understated, and it's a really good building song. I love the motorcycle intro. I love Jim doing his anagram of his name with Mr. Mojo Rising. That's Jim Morrison all scrambled around. My Sharona, my God, the first time that I heard the album version of the song blew me away, because you hear the radio edit all the time, and the radio edit's good. It's a good, fun, catchy song, but that musical solo interlude is just amazing. And the fills are fantastic in there. It's chef's kiss, and I can't not think of that song without thinking of Will Ferrell as Janet Reno on SNL dancing to this. Like a Janet Reno house party. This is the song that comes in on. Take the Money and Run.
It's a good dancer.
Yeah. Take the Money and Run. This was a song that I always associate with the Steve-isms, because you would always do the alternate lyrics of the Joey Boo. Like that was one of the ones you would do. So always one that I associate with that. Boom Boom Out Go the Lights. Yeah, Pat Travers I definitely heard because of you. You would play that King Biscuit live like as much as you could once you found it. So that one was good. And Stay With Me, I remember the first version I'd heard was the Def Leppard version. And it was fantastic. I'm like, oh, I've never heard this song before. Really cool. And then hearing the regular version is really great too. And the kick-in is just amazing for like a song like that. So this was a very, very good list. I was definitely partying to them.
All right, last one up is BC. What do you got for us, buddy?
Oh, it was hard to put together. I don't know.
Show me the money.
Renee picked this one.
Yeah,
Probably. I didn't think of that.
Anyways, going back to, growing up and when you first went to with your friends to say a party with older people and you would hear tunes and you were taking it all in throughout the years. But if I was going to make a playlist, I would start off with Touch Too Much from AC/DC. The Highway to Hell album, which is by far my iconic album for AC/DC in my book. Just the guitar and drums in there, just Bon Scott. The choruses, the solid solo. Even some out soloing for Angus there on the way out. The second one would be Aerosmith. Going back, early Aerosmith from Rats in the Cellar. The song Rats in the Cellar. Had that fire engine start to it into foot stomping rhythm. The back and forth vocal I think is very cool. The harmonica and guitar part is cool. The Al Jam is especially cool, just classic Aerosmith. And then going back to some really younger days for me, I would be around people that were really into Bad Company. And this song always stuck with me even to this very day is Good Lovin' Gone Bad. I just love that drum starting into that killer riff. And the bass is the standout on this song. And that little part that slows down before the chorus. I got no woman to hurt me inside. That stands out in my books. And then, again, growing up around the older people, and then even a good friend of mine in high school even was really into these guys, so I had to pick a Led Zeppelin song. And to me, in the evening, that moody start, and Robert playing in the evening, and that, to me, this is such a killer groove. The drum sound I love. John Paul Jones' bass playing is fabulous. As the fit-in solo into the middle part. Then this took me back to my first job again. I had to put some Eddie Money on the list.
I thought it interesting that you put these two in a row, by the way.
I know, right? Because Eddie Money, he's better than Zeppelin.
In the evening, he thinks he's in love.
But
right.
the beginning, I like the beginning build up into just rocking. This is a rocker for Eddie. Later on, he got kind of radio-ish, but this is early enough where it was a rocker. Foreigner, talk about rockers. Dirty White Boy. This song is a rocker right out of the gate. Just to me, I go to Foreigner for early Foreigner for rock songs because love the background when you had back when Lou had pipes. Gotta love him. But killer song, I guess, just right out of the gates. And then my next band, I'm going up north for Canada with Triumph with Allied Forces. This is the first song I ever heard from these guys. I forget it. I was with two of my friends. We went somewhere with this guy, and I'm like, here it is. So I go with my buddy. He asked the guy, hey, who are you playing? He goes, Triumph. Such a groovy riff. The drums sit perfectly, solid vocals. And the drummer's singing this one, I believe.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah.
But
Gilmore.
they just had, they have that distinct sound between the drums and stuff. It would keep it out to me. I'm going to finish up my list with Journey. Everybody's got a Journey song I love. And mine has got to be Keep On Running. Just the guitar, drum start. To me, Steve Perry's vocals are perfect on this era of Journey. It has the group vocals, classic Neil ripping it up on a guitar, And after the solo part, I love the bass. I guess just grabs me. But that would be my classic tunes I would put on if I wanted to have a little party. Maybe.
There's a lot of love here, BC. Like a lot of love, like, you know, maybe not that I love, but maybe there's a lot of love in these titles here.
Yeah.
Like,
L
what
is
kind of
for the
party
way
you
you
having at the house? Like, is it like is this
a
like
key
for
party.
like swingers?
He's
Like
having a
this-
lovin'.
I'm not gonna say, man. You're
Break out the
Make love, not war, BB.
all right, okay. All right.
Good love and gone bad.
Good. Yeah.
Good love and got that.
Hey, that could be one of his theme songs.
Yeah.
You know. Touch too much. BC, that one line. It's that this damn woman's gonna drive you insane. You know,
I lived that.
another
got more
line
than
from
one.
a song that that's a BC
I
staple.
like this song so much, I did it multiple times in my life.
See, so that's now I know why you picked that one.
See?
Rats in the Cellar from Aerosmith. Yeah, that rocks album is so good. I love that opening riff. It has that classic Aerosmith sound. Solo's killer. Outro music is killer. Just a great pick. Great pick from that album. Good Lovin' Gone Bad from Bad Company. This song, this album screams 70s for me. And for some reason, the dice on this album always stick out. It's just, I don't know if it's the green with the red dice. It seems like somebody, I think my buddy's brother had it, and it always sticks in my head when I see that cover. It just a good album, and that's a great song. In the Lemon from in the Evening from Led Zeppelin. Harpo music, baby. Harpo used to do this, and I'm sure we had a few drinks during the song when they were playing it. So definitely a good pick to put on that one for your
They used
after.
to open with this.
The
Like a second
The
set.
second set they would do that
Yeah.
that Led Zeppelin little melody they would do. I think I'm in love once again. BC, I think you're in love from Eddie Money. I knew the song. I think I had like the greatest hits Eddie Money on a cassette, but I never really noticed the guitar work on here. Like I was really surprised. Whoever the guitar player is, really good on this song. Dirty White Boy from Foreigner. Thank God somebody picked another Foreigner song besides me. You know, usually I'm picking it, but yeah, I love that song. And Allied Forces from Triumph. You know, the real three-piece band from Canada that we're going to talk about here. Rick Emmett, so
3 of 3.
underrated. Oh, we had 3. Oh, one from Dave's list, right?
Rush, Pat Travers band.
Pat Travers?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I didn't know he was Canadian. All right, so definitely the real three-piece band from Canada. No, but like I said, Rick Emmett, he's just so underrated vocally. You know, playing guitar. That band is just so good. And then Keep on Running from Journey. BC, I have to actually say, this is the only song tonight I didn't know.
Oh, you didn't know?
You
this
didn't
one?
know? Wow.
Keep
Where
on
were
running.
you in 1981?
Where were you?
9.
Dang.
This is keep on.
And when I saw Keep on Running, somebody else has a song Keep on Running, and that plays in my head, not this song.
Yeah, Wine Team.
YT.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, I know that, and who knows when that song came out, but
Close,
I don't know.
close
I don't know.
to-
Maybe it's hidden. It's a hidden song, and because that album is so good. But yeah, I'm glad you saved this for last because, like I said, didn't know it. But I'm rocking out. I'm still partying, BC.
Wow. What do you think, Bill?
Well, Keep on Running finishes the Anthrax connections because they cover that for
They do that?
anthems as well.
They're like Joan Jett, they're covering everything.
Yeah, they had like
Great, they're fantastic.
They're good.
they had a streak where they were just like, let's do some covers. that was one of them. Yeah, that one's a really great pick. Allied Forces, you know, we all understand that I need to listen to more Triumph, and this song kind of cements it. So, you know, at some point it's gonna happen. Dirty White Boy, not my favorite Foreigner song, but I think it's a good party song for sure. Think I'm in Love, Eddie Money. This is a good one. this is one where like you could like it's kind of the dancey portion of the night where you got your cocktail in your hand and you're kind of
Pick hand
jamming
together.
out.
So doing Angus across the floor.
In the evening, I don't know if I would have picked this for a party song from Led Zeppelin. Like I would have picked maybe like Trampled Underfoot or Heartbreaker into Livin' Lovin'. Those feel a little more partying to me. This one may be a little too long. It's like if somebody put on Cashmere. It's like that's gonna change the vibe of the party in a good way, bad way. Not sure, but it might switch it up a little bit. Good Lovin' Gone Bad. I don't like Paul Rodgers because he tried to replace Freddie Mercury. Rats in the Cellar, off of my tied for favorite Aerosmith album, Rocks. Fantastic album. This is a great one. I love that it's kind of a little fun reference to Toys in the Attic. It's the kind of the sister song of sorts, and it has a really good groove to it. I love the background vocals in it. During the chorus, I think it's fantastic. I love the kind of the drum hits from Joey Kramer going from the chorus into the verses, and fun little groove at the end of the song. And then Touch Too Much, again, I don't know if I would have picked that for AC/DC, but I think I like that you went off the beaten path with that, because there's a lot of this is an AC/DC party song, much like Shook Me All Night Long and Have a Drink on Me, but this one kind of off the beaten path a little bit. So I respect you for that, but I thought this was a good list as well.
All right. Dave, what do you think?
All right. I'll go back up the train. Look I'm going to show you what I have on my phone. Touch Too Much. Look what I have just written after that. I don't even know what it was right here.
Oh.
That's
There
all
you
I
go.
put. That's all I put. P, 4 F's and a T. Because that's the epitome of Highway to Hell. Highway to Hell is one of that's one of my favorite albums. And again, I think it's got Mutt Lange written all over it. They're writing great blues songs, but if you take Angus's guitar sound, like on Riff Raff from Powerage, that just ratty, and then all of a sudden it's touched up very nicely. I don't know if he has a conversation, but Angus takes that same old SG sound with the Marshall stack, and it's changed. It's cleaner. It's a little bit brighter. He just gets it, and then just that. And even the vocals, you got some high harmonies in there. There's some high pieces in there. It's just a good piece of work. Rats in the Cellar, I'm surprised at this one. It was very good. It's got that very, as BB was saying, it's got that very raw 70s Aerosmith sound. Joe Perry does all the leads on this. I love that hi-hat clicking in. I also like how the vocals and the melody mesh together, how they kind of swale into each other. That's really neat throughout. That's a great tune. Good Lovin' Gone Bad. I'm not a. I don't know if I'm a Bad Company fan. I honestly don't know, because it's almost like it's all cliche stuff, and the ones you hear on Rock 107, it's like, oh my God, this
Feel Like
again,
Make
and you push the channel because they played the ever loving shit out of it. But for this song, I mean, the vocals are really raw and soulful. Paul, when I think of Paul Rodgers, I think of silver, blue, and gold. Like, I think he's got such a pretty voice, but then you hear him in this, and it's just kicking. It's a straight, in-your-face rock and roll blues run. Great piece. In the Evening, I'm a little surprised with this one, too. To me, I mean, Synth Zeppelin is not, I don't know, it's like having, I wrote that it's like having a wedgie when you're driving your car. Like, you can't do anything about it, and you just got to take it. It's a 7-minute blues tune. Like, he doesn't come into it a solo until almost 4 minutes in, but John Paul, the bass lines are great. I think Plants, if they were to stay around, I think they would have gone in a completely different direction. They were really starting to experiment, and I think they were not leaving the blues because they're always with the blues, but the bass lines are great. It's a very interesting song, and I love Plant's voice. But synth Zeppelin is not for me, even though it's John Paul Jones playing them. Think I'm in Love. I've played this before, too. This is a great one. I love No Control. I think early Eddie Money. The next album, I think, will probably that leads to BB's greatest hits. You could just take that and use it as a paperweight.
You could take those 2 tickets.
I love early Eddie Money. I love early Eddie. Where's the Party? I love that 70s Eddie Money. I think it's great stuff. But I think I'm in Love. It's a great piece of work. The guitar leads in that double piece. It's got that low chug that just kind of keeps you going, and then it picks it up through. it brightens up as you get into that chorus. I think the harmonies are great. The double guitar solo was always fun to do. It's Marty Walsh, it's Jimmy Lyon, and Kirkpatrick, I think is his name. That do great work, and that's funky at those times because even in those days you probably could have overdub, but they go out with 3 guys and they pull it off. Dirty White Boy, this reminds me of being in the 70s in school. It's anything from that Foreigner age. It's funny because everyone was a Foreigner fan, but nobody had a Foreigner album. Did you have a Foreigner album, Steve? See? Everybody, it's like the Rolling Stones. I'm a big Stones fan. Really, what's your favorite album?
I do now.
But nobody had, but they all. But Dirty White Boy is wonderful. It's that typical '70s Foreigner, but it's that
They got
beat.
records when it came out.
It's the beat. But and really for Dirty White Boy, yeah, it's a 3-chord song. It's G, C, and D. That's it, man. They don't change, but it's all over the place. It's what they're doing with it. And that's Mick Jones on guitar. Lou Gramm kids still bring it. I like what he used to always do. He always has that same way how he comes across, and then he really belts at the end, which is a great thing. Allied Forces, this is, again, I can remember my brother saying to me in 1985, my brother Mark's a big Triumph fan. Dave, you should really listen to some Triumph, man. These guys are great. And I told
Mark.
him, and I said, go to hell. and I said it for 45 more years. And this particular song took me down a rabbit hole where I listened to, I watched their Us Festival thing, and I thought, I got to watch Rick Emmett. Like, this guy is just crazy. Because I thought, there's no way these guys are putting this sound out 3-piece live. And they are. They are. It's crazy. So that's going to be my next groove that I'm going to go on here. Gilmore on the drums, too. I mean, playing the drums and singing is hard enough. There's not a lot of guys that do it, but to do it, and his voice is so good and so raw, it's just really, really good. I think these guys are terribly underrated. They really pack a punch. And Keep On Running, man, it's classic tune, another classic album. I think this may have been, it's probably still in the jukebox over at McDonald's restaurant. It's probably the other side of Don't Stop Believing when you sit in a booth. I haven't sat in a booth there in 30 years. But I think Steve Perry's vocals are on top of the world. Ross Valerie's bass is killer. Neil Schon, that beginning is just those short chops. That just catches you. It catches you by surprise. Wonderful. Great list. Steven, take us home.
All right, BC, I love you, buddy. I do. AC/DC Touch Too Much. I'm not sure if I would have picked this for a party tune, but I love. But it does have that.
It's an after party song.
The BYOB.
It's the after party.
Bring your own body.
Yeah.
Could be.
When the party gets
But I do. But you know what?
Everybody goes home and it's just you and somebody else left at the party.
Yeah, could be.
She puts on the velvet glove.
This was an earworm for me, like all week. I would listen to the playlist, and this is a song I'd be singing at the end. It just was an earworm for me. Aerosmith, Rats in the Cellar, probably my favorite Rat song, or Aerosmith song.
My favorite Cellar song.
And actually, Dave comes into this story too. We played Lakeland in 1986, the same day that Aerosmith and Ted Nugent played in Binghamton.
Okay.
I pitched. You were my catcher.
All right.
And I think I threw like a 3 or 4 hitter or something like that against Lakeland. Left the game, changed out of my baseball uniform, my girlfriend's car on the way to Binghamton to see Aerosmith. And it was the first time I've ever heard this song. I don't know how I didn't hear this song from 1976 to 1986. And I heard it live, and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Really?
Awesome.
Fucking
awesome.
He doesn't like rats. And, he
and
was
it's
scared to
weird.
listen to
You
it.
didn't
I
want
remember
to.
that game.
I guess.
I homered that game.
Yeah.
It was windy as
Yeah.
hell.
I'm not
Yeah, I
listening.
remember that game.
Yep.
Skip.
Talks about
And,
rats. Boop, skip.
So
Not on cassette, though. You couldn't do it on cassette.
I know.
Right?
So Dave lives on also, again. Absolutely love it. Bad Company, Good Loving Gone Bad. I'm not a huge Bad Company fan. I like the Brian House stuff better, actually. And check out Slam Fest. Myself and Sonny Pooney did an episode with Brian House stuff and Paul Rogers stuff. But I like this song, though. I like how it rocks up at the end. Good tune. Led Zeppelin, In the Evening. I don't think this is exactly a party song either. However, I do have that soft spot for the harpo-ness of it. They always used to play it. But But I love the I love that, like that riff. Very cool. Eddie Money, Think I'm in Love. Great song. I dig this hell out of this song. It's fun. It's just a great song. You throw it on there. This is one of the bobblehead songs. 400 Dirty White Boy, good rockin' song from these guys. This is just the is great. Triumph Allied Forces. This song has the sick banana solo of the night on this. Holy fuck, does Rick Emmett fucking tear it up on this one? And I love the production of this album is so raw. And like it rocks, and you think the song's over, but it's got like friggin' like 2.5 minutes left. It's fucking just, but you don't care. It's just killer fucking song. Journey, Keep On Running. I was surprised you picked this one. I like this. This is one of the songs that I believe that Dean Castronovo sings when they play this live anymore. But like that whole Journey Escape album, I think it's one of the best full band musically albums that come out of the 80s. Like Neil Schon kills on it, Ross Valerie on bass, Steve Smith's drums, Jonathan Cain, first album in with the band with him. Yep. Like a lot of great keyboard and piano stuff on there from that. Steve Perry's vocals are just, and this is the first album too where it's just Steve Perry singing lead vocals on this, because Greg Rowley was with the band up until right before this, but Keep On Running is great. That the Keep On Running, and then Steve Perry can keep on, like those extra harmonies he does like during the chorus and like just after they sing it. Absolutely phenomenal. So I like it. All right, so there's our playlist of what we're bringing to the table for a classic rock party. Dylan is going to have a Spotify playlist with all these on here. We'll go around to our final words. Everybody pick like 3 favorite tracks from everybody's list if you want. I have this if you want to just pass it around. So Dylan.
Okay. Yeah, everybody, I thought, did a great job for the most part of picking party songs, and I can understand the reasoning for some, like, for instance, the In the Evening. You know, you guys associate that with Harpo, which very much partying for you, so I don't begrudge you for picking them. If I had to pick 3 favorites from Dave's list, I would probably go Carry On Wayward Son, Smokin', and I think for the party aspect of it, You Shook Me All Night Long, since it's the one song that I've actually experienced at a party. For Dad, I definitely My Sharona. Love that song. Stay With Me. And I think I'll go Hold the Line. I got to go John T. Piano at the very beginning. You know, it's a classic. BB, Live Wire for sure. A really great one. Have a Drink on Me, I think, is a really good pick for partying. And Full for the City, I think, was a really good kind of underrated one that you had there. And then BC, got to go Rats in the Cellar, fantastic one. Allied Forces is amazing. And we'll go with Keep On Running from Journey. And like you said, the playlist will be in the show notes, so check out all the songs. It's a pretty good party playlist on its own. You know, if you have a party, try it out. Let us know which songs work. If you have any that you think would be fun additions, let us know. We always love hearing about songs that you party to, because I think everybody has different moods that they like to have for a party, but I think everybody did a good job of covering a good basis of what people party with.
Up to 1982.
Up to 1982, yes. That's
2
the
things
cutoff.
real quick before I move on from Dylan. Dylan's going to put a Spotify playlist out there. I would like for you to put in an Apple Music one if you can. But, however, I would like you to add 8 songs that you would pick for the list and put in at least in the Spotify playlist.
Okay. Damn it. I was
No,
gonna.
you can't have Shook Me All Night Long. It's already taken.
It's already taken.
Let's Dance was 83.
Too bad.
Just missed the
Too bad.
cutoff.
I looked at that too, actually. All right, and I'm going to pick BB next. But before I pick BB, I'm going to say awesome shirt. I didn't notice that till halfway through the show.
Massive Wagons.
Oh, yeah.
Massive Wagons.
From the cruise.
Oh, my God. Those guys were fucking unbelievable. One of the best live bands I've seen in years, Dave.
Wow.
killer. All right, BB, go ahead.
Yeah, Dave, thank you once again. Always a pleasure to have you here, bringing your classic knowledge to the table. That's why we call you the Professor and Steve the Podfessor. Yeah, these are a great list, and we're partying no matter what we're listening to. Really, I'll go with BC's first. Rats in the Cellar for sure. Any Money, I Think I'm in Love. That hit a little spot. We used to drive around drinking, partying with that greatest hit album. Settle down, Professor, over there. And then, of course, we're going Allied Forces from Triumph. That's probably one of my favorite songs we're going to talk about tonight. From Dave's, Let It Go from Def Leppard for sure. Smokin' from Boston. And I'm going to go with Aaliyah from Donnie Irish, just for the fact I knew the song, didn't know who he was. Still a great song. And from Righty, Take the Money and Run from Steve Miller. That's another one of those greatest hits we always used to play. How about Mike Sharona from The Knack? I love the solo in that one. And Hold the Line from Toto. Like I said, these guys are great as long as it's not Africa.
Africa's great too.
It is great. There's a little. I'm getting a little tired factor from the Africa, but Hold the Line. They're actually really, really good. Yeah, everybody's list was great. And like I said, Dave, once again, love when you come on with your knowledge, and we really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, Dave, what do you got?
I'm going to start with your list, Steve. My Sharona, Hold the Line, and Don't Bring Me Down. They're just three classics. BB, I'm going to have to go with... I'm going to go with Fool for the City. That's a great... that's really grown on me. Never Been Any Reason. And... I was going to say Suicide Solution, but I'm not. I got to go and have a drink on me.
Hey, maybe you're having a bad day. I don't know.
Touch Too Much. I don't care, but that's just a good tune. Anything off of Highway Now is a good tune. I'm going to go with Think I'm in Love, and I got to go with Allied Forces. That's my new... Triumph's going to be a new thing. Mark was right all those years ago. Who'd have known? Sorry, buddy.
I won't say it out loud, though. I won't tell him.
I never say it out loud.
BC.
All right. Always a pleasure having you on, Dave.
Thank you, sir.
Just the way you ramble off people's names from all these bands from back in the day.
It's like you guys of the 80s.
We had to read the record labels and stuff, and you had to open up the covers and look at it and
Get it, and you
and
studied
you had to
that
talk
shit.
about it though. That's what you talked about when you were drinking and driving. You talked about who's this, who's better.
Yep.
When you drove somewhere and drank, not drink and drink.
When you passage and drive.
Oh, but off Dave's list, I'm probably going to pick The Cars. Good Times Road. That's such a classic tune and catchy. Come Sail Away by Styx is another one that I never skip. I'm sorry. Kind of Styx geek. But Boston Smoking, just such a ripping solo. If I was picked off Steve, Faces, Stay With Me. Of course, Ellie Woman, The Doors. And Toto, Hold the Line. BB, I'm going to go with Fool for the City. That's just such a rockin' Foghat. And 38th Special, Rockin' Into the Night. And then Crew. Got to pick the Crew. Early Crew. Back when Crew were at least respectable back then.
All right. Once again, Dave, thanks for coming on. Always awesome when Dave comes. I always look forward to when Dave comes on the show, and it's awesome. His knowledge is just insane. Like BC said, he's rattling off names, and I'm just waiting for it when Dave does it. Like when we talk about whoever, when we do these, he's like, he knows the bass player, the whatever, all this stuff, which is awesome. I really appreciate you taking the time to come out to do this with us. It's great. And once again, congratulations. I'm so happy for you guys. It's friggin' awesome. And I've said it before, I went to Dave and his wife Joan are classmates of mine. I've known them guys forever. I've known Joan since I was probably 5, because her brother Ed played on my brother's baseball team. So I've known these guys forever. And then played against Dave on
That's right. Little League days.
the Little League days back, and then we were finally teammates and all stars,
Yep.
and through high school and stuff. So, he was my catcher. He was the only catcher that understood me when I was pitching. But once again, great. I'm glad. Thank you everybody for doing their lists. And go
I
ahead.
have my list.
Okay. All right. So what songs are Dylan going to put on there? We
Okay.
won't go through them, but we'll just let him know.
So this is just like off the top of the dome. Crocodile Rock from Elton John. Goodbye Stranger from Supertramp. Trampled Underfoot from Led Zeppelin. China Grove from Doobie Brothers. Tie Your Mother Down from Queen. Brown Sugar from Rolling Stones. One Way or Another from Blondie. And Tush from ZZ Top.
Yeah. All right. Great list. Now I'll have to
Jeepers,
add them to my Apple Music.
Your list blows BCs out of the
Well,
water.
the thing is, I had hindsight because I was able to learn from everybody's lists and craft the perfect thing.
The perfect
So,
I love Goodbye Stranger from Supertramp.
Yeah.
Like that solo, it sounds like Peter Frampton playing the solo on that. I always think Peter Frampton when I hear the solo
That
on that
whole
one.
album is a gift.
Awesome.
Breakfast in America.
Awesome. So thank you, Dylan. Yeah, so I'll go through. Let's see. From Dave's list, I go with Def Leppard, Let It Go. Boston Smoking. I can still picture sitting at that counter at Valley Lanes and eating my pizza
Getting
after
your quarters
bowling
worth.
and getting my quarters worth 1,000 times, playing Boston Smoking on there. Donnie Iris, Aaliyah. Always loved that song. Just like I said, I was going to pick Love is Like a Rock from him. And from Dylan's list, I'm going to go China Grove. I'm going to go Goodbye Stranger. And I'm going to go, what Stone song did you pick?
Brown Sugar.
Brown Sugar. There you go. They're the three I'm picking for Dylan's. From BB, absolutely Fog Hat Full from the City. Bunch of you guys tugged at my heartstrings tonight, by the way, with songs like that. For sure, Head East, one of my favorite songs of all time. Never Been Any Reason. Absolutely love it. AC/DC, Have a Drink on Me, because that's what we're doing at the party. So, and then from BC, absolutely Aerosmith, Rats in the Cellar. I even put Bad Company, Good Lovin' Gone Bad. I like that song. I like how it rocks up at the end. And probably the Sick Banana song of the night, Triumph Allied Forces. That song just absolutely tears your fucking head off. And like Dave said, that US Festival show is just
That's banana.
awesome, just fucking crazy. And that finally came out on vinyl, so I picked that up on vinyl. Absolutely fantastic. So, love doing the classic rock episodes. So glad Dave that participates with us on these ones. And so we're coming up on the holiday season. We got a cool kind of repeating episode coming up for next week. So hope everybody's doing good out there. Enjoy the playlist here because, and like I've said this before, like a lot of the episodes that we do, the playlists that are generated for the podcast that we're doing, a lot of them I just delete at the end. Like after we're done doing them, this is one that I will A, add Dylan's songs, and B, not delete off of my library. So I really enjoyed doing this one. I love the classic art because this is the basis for what we do here for me anyways, and I absolutely love it. So once again, thank you for all the work you do, Dylan, BB, you as well, BC, my original podcasting partner, Dave, my friend, my classmate, our classic rock guru. Thank you, and Dave, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy
Thank
New
you.
Year.
Thank you.
And same
Never
to the
know.
same to the family. And so, guys out there, hope you enjoyed this one. Check out that playlist. Let us know what songs you would bring to a classic rock party, and we'll read them off for you. So, thank you everybody for listening. If you're a new listener, welcome. If you're a vintage listener, welcome back. And hope you guys are having a great holiday season. Up in the northeast, wherever you are. If you're getting snow, be careful out there. We're supposed to get, plowable snow tomorrow, whatever. Everybody be careful out there. Everyone have a great week, and thank you. And we will see you next time, and there definitely will be a next time.